Hey folks, it's me, China Guitar Sceptic, and I'm back with the video I've been expecting to make for 3 years. I've finally got a guitar confiscated by UK Border Force. It's true. Here is the letter. And I suspected pretty much from the start that the seller that I bought this latest guitar from was going to sell me a fake. I was quite clear with them. I made it clear from a private message chat that I had with them that I was really impressed that they had followed Bad Cat's example and come up with their own brand. And he was very, very cagey with me from the word go. And I suspected right from the top that the guitar I was going to be sent would be a fake Gibson Les Paul. And it was. And here's the letter to prove it. I will read the letter to you. I'm not going to tell you who the seller was. All I'm going to say is it was on AliExpress. And I'm disgusted. You know that I never swear on my channel. But this seller is a complete, and I don't mind saying that because he knowingly led me down the path of buying a fake when I was so abundantly clear with him that the last thing I wanted was any instrument sent to me that infringed trademarks, because I can't show it on my channel, because I've long said to all of you I would never buy another one with a counterfeit logo on it. But he was determined to sell me a guitar, and it was too cheap. $260 including a case. There was no way. I was sceptical from the word go, and I was proved right. Let me read you this letter from UK Border Force. First of all, it's obviously got my name and address blacked out, and also any identifying reference numbers, because I don't really want to share that information. But it does have a Border Force reference number. Date of detention was the 10th of July. Description of goods, Gibson guitar. Name of right holder, Detain UK. Place of importation, Coventry International Hub. Date reply must be received, 24th of July 2017. Number of items, 1. Parcel reference number. I'm not going to share either. It says, Dear Sirs, this letter is formal notification that the goods have been examined by the rights holder and have confirmed to be infringing intellectual property right. They therefore have been detained pending further investigation as set out in Article 17 and Article 18 of Regulation EU G08 2013. I think that's a G. 608, 2013. Article 23 of the regulation allows for the goods to be destroyed under customs supervision where the intellectual property right holder confirms that they believe the goods infringe their intellectual property right, and both you and the right holder give your consent to the destruction. They will not get any argument out of me. I'm quite glad they're destroying this. If you object to their destruction, you must reply to Border Force Office that issued this letter before the expiry date set out above. We will notify the intellectual property right holder of your objection, and they may decide to issue legal proceedings against you to protect the rights that have allegedly been infringed. Important: if you do not notify us of your opposition to the destruction of the goods before the expiry of the reply date, we may deem that consent has been given. You may deem that consent has been given, Border Force, don't you worry about that. Therefore, if the intellectual property right holder has given their consent to destruction, we will proceed to destroy the goods. You may reply by completing the section below. Yours faithfully, Border Force. And then there's a bit on the back that I could fill in. It's got my reference number and all that good stuff on it. And it's from Border Force IPR Team, Coventry International Hub, Siskin Parkway West, Coventry, CV3 4HX. If you consent, in bold, to the goods being destroyed, whether or not you were aware they were counterfeit, you need take no further action. However, if you do not consent to the goods being destroyed, please tick the box below and return the completed form to the Border Force address above. And then there's a declaration. I believe that the goods do not infringe intellectual property right and do not consent to their abandonment for destruction. I understand that this may result in legal proceedings. None of that bothers me. If I was absolutely sure and this seller had done as I asked and sent me pictures of the guitar he sent before he sent it, then I would fight it. If I had pictures that proved that there was no trademark infringements on that instrument, I'd fight it all the way. That wouldn't scare me in the least bit. But I knew this guy was dodgy. That's why I said on the previous video I had a funny feeling. So then I could fill that out. If known, please state the web address used for ordering the goods. They know all that. They've got all of the details off of the delivery note. They have also sent some really important notes to go with this seizure notice. And it reads, EU Regulation 608/2003 and other information can be viewed and downloaded, and they've given a link for that. Public Notice 34, which provides information on how the EU rules concerning the protection of intellectual property rights, or IP rights, has been implemented in the UK, is available on hmrc.gov.uk. Frequently asked questions. I'm going to put this separate piece of paper up as a document that you can download, because I think it'd be really useful for any of you guys in the UK who are thinking about importing a trademark infringing guitar, and this gives you some advice. Frequently asked questions. Question: I didn't want copyright counterfeit goods and thought I'd order a genuine product. And the answer to that is, while you may not have ordered copyright goods, the products have been examined and are deemed to be copies of designs which have exclusive rights. Question 2. What happens now? The answer is, while the rights holders are entitled to take action against anyone importing counterfeit or infringing goods, we understand that you may have been deceived into purchasing these goods believing them to be genuine or non-infringing goods. As such, it's not normally the intention to pursue you as a consumer, but instead pursue the website who sold the counterfeit goods. Well, that's good to know. Can I get my money back? Answer: contact the seller directly and demand a refund because the goods are counterfeit and have been detained by Border Force. If the seller offers a replacement, do not accept these as they will be counterfeit too. We would recommend you check your credit card and bank accounts for signs of unauthorised transactions, which I have done, and notify your bank or credit card company immediately, which I have done. If the seller will not refund you or cannot contact them to go to your payment provider, bank, credit card company, PayPal, etc., and advise them you are a victim of fraud. Ask for a refund and provide the letter sent to you from Border Force as proof that your goods have been confiscated. I have already done exactly that, and my bank have already said that they're going to be crediting me back with the transaction amount, and then they will pursue it. The site, next question. The site looked genuine and said 100% official. Answer: these sites are made to look official. If they do not appear so, genuine people would not buy from them. Often sites steal images from official websites in order to make customers feel confident in purchasing goods. Yeah, well, I was my own worst enemy in that respect, wasn't I? Because I had a sneaky suspicion that this was too good to be true. Excuse me while I have a drop of coffee. Dry mouth from all this reading. Yeah, it was my own stupid fault. I should have tweaked when I had my suspicions and not gone through with the transaction. But I genuinely believed that this guy was another bad cat, starting up a company in China who were going to make genuine, similar copies of other guitars, Gibson Les Pauls included. But the one thing that I did notice on the pictures was I'm pretty sure that they were still using the open book headstock design, and I did mention that in the chat I had. Sorry, I swore. When I spoke to him on the instant message chat, something didn't ring true, but hey, he promised me I would not be getting a counterfeit guitar, and that's what the little gentleman sent me. So, next question. I have contacted the site and they say the goods are genuine. Answer. These sites always say the goods are genuine. However, this is not the case. No genuine products are sent to customers or consumers, direct from the factories using the postal system. Where can I read more about illicit trade in counterfeit goods? This link, and there's a link on the ipo.gov.uk, takes to the latest IP crime report from the Intellectual Property Office, which highlights current and emerging threats surrounding counterfeit and piracy and work being done to combat it. And finally, question, if I abandon the goods, is that the end of the matter? Answer, yes. As far as Border Force are concerned, the matter will have been finalised. I'll put that up because that's useful to lots of you. I'm not going to put that up, you've seen it, there you go, it says Border Force, it's got all of the details on there, and you could probably read that letter if you pause the video, and you can possibly read the back as well. There you go. So I'm not going to post that up, but I will post the other bit of advice because I think that's worth you having. Folks, this seems to me the beginning of the end of fake trade coming to the UK. It's certainly in terms of these big yellow guitar boxes. I know that's going to upset some of you, and do I feel sorry that it's going to upset some? Yes, I do, because I'm not a vindictive person, and I try to be straight and honest with you, and I have done for all the years I've been doing this. But I don't agree with the trade, so I'm really pleased. I'm upset for those of you that think it's all good and want to buy guitars and won't pass them off as fakes and trick somebody else, but I think the fact that they're out there, and one day you're not going to be around, you're going to shuffle off this mortal coil, and your family may think that they're real and sell them as such. So I think it's a really good thing that the UK Border Force is actually tightening the borders and screwing down on these counterfeit guitars coming in. And beware, buyer, beware. The great thing is that any of these places in China that currently make counterfeit goods can just as easily make one with your name on the headstock and change the headstock shape so that it doesn't infringe intellectual property rights. I've been banging on about this for 3 years. I hope that the message is reinforced by this latest action that's been taken against me and against AliExpress seller that I'm not going to mention. And I hope that you found this video both interesting and informative. Please guys, don't bother with them. They're a lot of trouble when they come. They're rubbish set up. They need a lot of work and a lot of money spent on them. I've been saying it for years, and I've been putting my money where my mouth is, trying to build a brand of my own so that I can offer you an alternative, because there's no point in me telling you not to do it if I've given you no alternative. So I suppose the message stays the same as it's always been. They're just not worth it, and the likelihood is you're not going to get them anyway, and it's a lot of trouble to go to. You're going to have to get in touch with your credit card company to recharge the fraudulent fee back into your account, and who needs that? I don't need it. I've waited all these weeks to find out that the guitar's been seized and it's going to be smashed to pieces. The only regret I have is that I can't do that for them.
So, Fat Man, who is this China Guitar Sceptic fellow?
I have absolutely no idea, but I am gonna subscribe to his channel.
Oh, good idea. You know what? I might even join you.
I'm unsure whether I will ever trust an AliExpress or any Trade Tang or all the websites that sell fake guitars. I'm not sure I can trust any of the sellers again. I've got my factories now for the Milton range, and I'm going to carry on concentrating on that. I'm trying to come up with a similar design to the Les Paul as a second model in the range of Milton guitars. I may not end up in China. At the moment it's looking very strongly like Korea or Indonesia, but the fundamental is it's not worth the hassle. It really isn't, and I really do mean it. I've been saying it for years, and It's just not worth the hassle, folks. And now is extra not worth the hassle. The UK, as far as I'm aware and as far as I'm concerned, is finished with the importation of fake Chinese knockoffs. I'll be back soon with another video, hopefully a positive one. In the meantime, take care.